Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's good to have you guys here again today. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for those that have been subscribing to my channel. Thank you for those that liked my videos. Thank you to those that actually watched my previous video and commented. I see you and I do not take you for granted. Thank you very much and God bless you. So on today's video, I'll be talking about tampons. And okay, tampon may actually sound familiar, but not everybody knows. So for those that don't know, a tampon is a menstrual product used to collect a woman's menstrual flow like every month. So we have various variants of menstrual hygiene products women use monthly. The most common ones are like pads, sanitary pads, and or sanitary napkins basically. So these are like the most common menstrual hygiene products that women use. But today I am discussing these tampons. These babies are life, and trust me when I say they are life, they are actually life. And this is what like a tampon looks like when you remove it from the packaging it comes with. It looks like this, exactly like this. Yes, so for me, my tampon journey began in 2019, and I started using tampons because at that point in time I was using sanitary pads, because in Nigeria, like most girls, once you get to the stage of puberty, that's like the next go-to thing once the periods start coming in. So pads are like the go-to. So I've been using pads since like I started getting my periods up to like 2019, and it was not working well with me anymore. I started having like skin reaction as a result of the pads I've been using. And at that point in time I was just using a particular brand, and I was thinking, oh, probably the brand is not good, probably they did like an upgrade which is not like good for my skin or something. So I felt like, okay, that was like the problem. But I changed brand of my previous sanitary pad to like another sanitary pad, and I still had the same problems. Like I changed a couple of brands, series of brands at that time for sanitary pads, and still I didn't get any results. So I felt like, okay, what was going to be the alternative for me? What's like my next best thing? Because your periods will definitely come every month, like it or not, except you want to get pregnant. And even when you get pregnant, if your periods after the pregnancy, the periods will still come, except you want to be pregnant forever, which is not possible. So I started doing my research on other means of collecting like menstrual flow and other alternatives to pads as for menstrual hygiene, and I stumbled upon tampons. I actually came across other methods like the use of these cups. There are like some cups, like menstrual cups, yes, called menstrual cups. So I stumbled on tampons and the other alternative of the menstrual cup, but for me that was not doing it. And at that point I was desperate because I needed a solution to the problem. I needed to stop the whole reaction I was getting. So that was how I got introduced to tampons. The first time I actually got a tampon, and this is a general mistake, you must always make a mistake the first time, except you know somebody who has actually who actually uses tampons and they can actually put you through. So the first time I got a tampon, it was like something I have never done before. Do you understand? Because for me, I've always known pads, I do not know tampons, so I just needed to like learn. So I went to a store and I bought my first tampon. At that point my friends were like, you want to start using a tampon? And for the records, the use of a tampon actually boils down to, oh, you inserting it into your vagina. But I'm going to show you that on how to do that in case you decide to switch like me. So this is me still preaching the gospel to you. So I started using tampons. When I got to the first tampon, when I got my first tampon rather, I got a wrong size, because the same way for pads, you have light flow, medium flow and heavy flow. So for me at that point, I didn't know tampons had variants like that. I just felt like, okay, a tampon is a tampon, any size fits all or fits any quantity of menstrual flow you get. And at that point I got the wrong size and I started using it. The first time I even inserted it felt really strange. I had to come on to YouTube to watch like lots of videos on how to insert a tampons. I'm going to show you that in this video too. So it felt really strange. Okay, well, after I watched videos, I was able to try. They will give you several alternatives of either laying on your back, laying on the bed, lifting up your legs, then inserting, or standing, putting your leg up on a chair or like on a higher platform, then you lean forward, you insert, or you squat and insert. So those are like 3 methods of insertion. So for me, after I learned the method of insertion, I inserted it and it felt really weird. Like, what the hell? I felt like there was something there. You could actually, at that point in time, I could feel there was something there. But now, come on, trust me, you don't feel anything. And this is like 2019 till now is like almost 5 years, if not 5 years thereabouts. So 2019 till now, and like, boy, tampons are like the best thing that can actually happen to you during your periods, to be honest, because it actually has its pros and its cons. So for me, the pros actually outweigh the cons, because when you use a tampon, life is literally easier. Like, very easy. You can wear any underwear of your choice. You don't have to be underwear conscious that, oh, I'm wearing granny panties because I'm having my periods. No, you don't have to worry about that. You can go swimming with wearing a tampon. You can go to bed without wearing panties when you're wearing a tampon. Like, tampons for me just makes life easier. The fear most times for people that they don't want to try using a tampon is because there's this misconception around it that, oh, if you use a tampon, you are trying to widen your vagina, or if you're a virgin, you're going to disvirgin yourself. No, tampons cannot disvirgin you, because we have various sizes of tampons. So the disvirgining thing is out of it. The widening your vagina thing is out of it, because come on, a baby actually comes out from there and it goes back to normal. So now talk more of just a little tiny bit of tampon. And another thing people believe is like painful or something. No, tampons are not painful. The thing is, when you start using it for the first time, you might feel weird, because it's more like, okay, the first day or the second day you might feel like there's something there, but along the way, when you get used to applying it, come on, like, you won't even feel anything. Do you understand? So tampons are like the best things. You see these things, don't joke with them. They are like the best things. And I use a particular brand of tampons because I've tried over the years. As my knowledge of tampons got better, I tried different brands and I chose this brand. So I'm going to show you the pack of this brand at the end of this video, but I won't show you now because I don't have the authorization from the brand. So I don't know if YouTube is going to take down the video, so no, I won't show you now to the end of the video. So if by the end of the video you don't see the brand, that means YouTube took it down because I don't have authorization. But if you see it, I will advise you to try it, or better still, you can ask me for the brand down in the comment section. I would be very, very delighted to welcome you to the gang. So guys, moving on. So like I said before, for tampons we have varying sizes. We have the light flow, the medium, and the heavy flow. So for this brand, this orange is for the heavy flow, and I alternate between this and this. So for like the first day of my periods, I use this medium flow because it's not as heavy as it should, and for the second day of my period or the third day, I use this is like the heavy flow. So this can go up to 8 hours like inside you, and you will be comfortable. Like, you will not feel like you are even having periods, except maybe you're having cramps. Yes, but if you're not having cramps, you wouldn't even know you're having periods. But always have it at the back of your mind that once it's 8 hours, you have to change, because even the recommendation from general tampon usage is from 6 to 8 hours. So you can go from like 4 hours to 6 hours and change, but the maximum is 8 hours. And this is really, really important, because don't forget, these tampons actually inserted into the vagina. It is not outside. So it is very, very important for you to personalize your hygiene when you are using tampons. In as much as tampons are very hygienic, but still do not take it for granted and feel like, oh, is it not just tampons? No. So the rules are the rules. From 4 hours to 6 hours is like a reasonable time to change, but the maximum you can do is 8 hours. Once it's 8 hours, take out your tampons. No excuses. Take out your tampons. Don't say I didn't tell you. Now I'm telling you. So like I said earlier, I mentioned the pros of using tampons. Oh yeah, it gives you comfort. It makes it easy for you to wear any kind of panties you like during your period. You don't have to be worried. It makes it easy for you to probably go swimming and nobody you're having periods. Yes, so those are like the pros. And it is very comfortable and easy to use. No stress. Like with this, you are secured. You don't have to check for leakages. Once you follow the time frame strictly, there are no leakages. You would be fine. So for the cons, okay, this is it, guys. So using tampons, according to researchers, has proven that most women who use tampons can be subjected to TSS, and TSS means toxic shock syndrome. So toxic shock syndrome basically arises from a kind of bacteria which develops in the vagina through the use of tampons, and eventually it goes into the bloodstream, and it going into the bloodstream thereby causes organs in the body to start shutting down, like the heart start shutting down and other organs in the body. But there are actually symptoms that come with having a TSS. So the symptoms include maybe you're having headaches, or you're feeling nauseous, or you're having diarrhea or high fever. So these signs are like signs of toxic shock syndrome. So maybe peradventure you are not like very hygienic with your tampon application. You can cause that. The more reason why, before you insert your tampon into your vagina, your hands must be washed clean, like very clean, because when I'm showing you how to insert it, you would see what I am saying. Your hands must be clean because you are touching the surface that is going into your vagina. Therefore, any bacteria or germ that is in your hand, once you touch the surface, you are indirectly or directly injecting bacteria or germs into your body, which is not proper. So that's why the first thing before you touch your tampon is to wash your hands. Like wash your hand first, then you can proceed to start applying. So for toxic shock syndrome, let me now tell you something, because people always think that, oh, it is only when I use a tampon I'll get toxic shock syndrome and I will die, because eventually, yes, toxic shock syndrome is actually life-threatening if not detected on time. It's life-threatening. So the thing is, even from having an injury that is not properly treated or covered, you can also get toxic shock syndrome from there. So don't think it's only by using a tampon. So for me, that's like the only con for using a tampon. Even doctors will tell you, researchers will tell you, that's the only con of using a tampon, toxic shock syndrome. And it is very, very rare. When I say very, very rare, like it is rare. It is rare for you to see people that actually have or that have had toxic shock syndrome, as far you are adhering strictly to the rules of usage of a tampon. Like I said, maintain proper hygiene by washing your hands and stick to the time frame. It shouldn't exceed 8 hours, no matter how busy you are. Once you know that, oh, it is already 8 hours, I have a tampon in, take it out. What did I say? Take it out. Don't say, oh, I'll change it soon. No, 8 hours, it is 8 hours. If you can do 4 hours, fine. If you can do 6 hours, fine. But 8 hours is 8 hours. So another thing again, another con for using a tampon is the price. For a regular pad, for a regular sanitary pad, you can get for like maybe in Nigerian currency, you can get for 500 naira to maybe 600 to 700 naira, and in dollar, that's literally like maybe $1 to $1. So but for tampons, the smallest pack of tampon that you can get is as high as 1,500 naira in Nigerian currency. So it's kind of pricey. You might not be like up for spending the amount of money on sanitary product every month. You might just want to like, okay, stick to a budget. So that's like another con of using a tampon. It is usually expensive. But aside that and toxic shock syndrome, like this is life. Don't say I did not do anything for you. Don't say I did not do anything for you. So guys, this is it, and I'm really happy to share this with you, and I would gladly recommend you to use this if you have been looking for an alternative to your period collection every month. This is amazing. So now I'll show you a tutorial on how to insert your tampon. Stay tuned. So guys, for this experiment or for this tutorial, I'll be using this container to illustrate how a tampon should be inserted into the vagina. And you should try this. Like I said, I recommend you using tampons strongly. So watch this. So first things first, my hands are washed already. I washed my hands, so please don't forget, always wash your hand, always. Then you take it out. So you taking it out, once you fill it through the pack, a tampon has two ends, the end for the insertion and the end for the applicator. So this is how it looks like. This is how a tampon looks like when you remove it from the pack. So I just removed this from here. This is it. Then next, let's imagine this is a vagina. Just imagine it's a vagina and your hands are already washed. So basically you're holding your tampon like this. You see the way I'm holding? You're holding it like this, not too firmly. Then you are bringing it to the entrance of your vagina. Don't forget, the vagina is not like this. The vagina is like this, literally. So when you are inserting anything, you are actually inserting it like upward, not like this. Yeah, like going upward. So this is it, for example, and you are going in. Once you are at the tip of the vagina like this, once you're at the tip, all you have to do is just hold on to the applicator, then you push this other applicator inside like this. Once you push this other applicator inside like this, then you remove it. So once you remove it, let's say, like I said, this is the vagina. So imagine imaginary vagina. So once it's inside like this, the string is actually hanging out. So this string is usually to tug out the tampon when you are done with your periods or when you want to change into a new tampon. But most people prefer to tug in the piece of rope hanging out, so it won't show. Probably they are going swimming and they don't want anybody to suspect that they have tampons in, so they do it like this and they leave it in. So when you are ready to remove, you just feel for it at the entrance of your vagina, then you just pull it out like this. It's as simple as that. So it's like you are putting in like this with the applicator, then you are just pulling out when you are done. It is that easy, and this is what a already removed tampon looks like. Yes, so when it has like period or blood on it, it becomes like times 2 of this size, and eventually it becomes wider if you get in water. So this is how wide a tampon can get. Like, it is actually very big, and this is it. This is how it can get. This is how a tampon can get. But obviously it won't get like this in your vagina. No, your vagina is just going to be the shape which it already was. So this is how it can be. So for the disposal of tampons, you do not, under no circumstance, dispose a tampon in a toilet or a water closet. Don't ever do that, because you are definitely going to clog the water closet. So even your sanitary pads, do not dispose in your toilet. So better still, there are other ways or other method of disposing your sanitary materials or your sanitary products. Is either maybe you are wrapping with a piece of newspaper and trashing, or you are digging a hole and burying. But do not, under any circumstance, put a tampon or a sanitary pad in your toilet. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope this video is helpful, and I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that tampons are life. Like, tampons are the best thing, or is the best thing that can happen to a woman. Try it and thank me later. So like I said before, I'm going to show you the pack for a tampon. I didn't want to show you at the beginning of the video, because I don't want them to take it down in case it's not allowed. So I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the brand of tampons I use. You can see Tampax. This is it. So yes, it is like how much? It's like, for this size, because there's a smaller size, so this is like bigger size, so this is like 2,500. Yes, so this I would highly recommend, because it is awesome. And this color, if you check the back, there are color indicators for, like, when you are buying, you look at these colors here to determine if it is either heavy, light, or medium. So this is it here. So in case you want to buy a tampon and you see this yellow and you see this yellow here at the front of the pack you want to buy, just know that that is like a regular tampon. It is the regular one. Then for the green, which for the green, if you see the green one here, I have that one here, let me show you. So you see this green, you can see for the green, this is the super. So we have the super and we have the super plus, then we have the regular. The regular is the yellow one, which is the third one I don't have here. But you see this too, this is the regular, this is the super and the super plus. So guys, do well to join the tampon train, and see you in my next video. Please share this video, like, subscribe, invite your family and friends to come to this channel. You know I love you all. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.